The Lord be with you. Before we go into the story that is at the heart of Maundy Thursday, I want to recall a story from one chapter earlier in the Gospel of John, from chapter 12. It was about a different meal, a dinner party thrown in honor of Jesus and in gratitude for bringing Lazarus back to life. It must have been full of laughter as Lazarus and his siblings, Jesus and the disciples gathered. I assume many there thought that with death conquered, they were invincible. If Lazarus could come back from the dead, what a party that was. But then, during the meal, Mary had done that act. From the dialogue we have in the gospel, it appears that some of the disciples may have been embarrassed by what she did. She broke open a pound of perfume, and taking the perfume into her hands, she spread it onto Jesus' feet. It was an act of anointment, something normally done in preparation for a funeral. And then Jesus said, "You will not always have me with you." The aura of invincibility was gone, replaced with a sense of foreboding, of finality. And that is the tenor of the meal we remember on Maundy Thursday. A night in which Jesus seemed to know what was about to happen. Betrayal, abandonment, arrest. He could anticipate the separation that was about to occur, the isolation that he and they would feel. That would all happen shortly. But first, one last time, one final evening to gather with his friends. One night to combine love and action, teachings and sacrament. Tonight it's Jesus who gets up from the meal, gets up from the table, and with love takes up the feet of the disciples to wash their feet. It's an act of deep intimacy and vulnerability, an act of love, a reminder that he came not to be served, but to serve. And then he got back to the table, and there was an opportunity to sum up his teachings, to remind them about the times that they had shared, the meals that they had eaten together, and to offer them a new commandment. A commandment that they are to remember and to share. "I give you a new commandment," he said, "that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." A new commandment, a mandate. That's the source of the name we have given this night in the Christian calendar, Maundy Thursday, to remember this mandate, this commandment that's to last beyond the impending events. A commandment that is to be remembered even for those who fall short, who in different ways will betray Jesus. "I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Tonight is another in a string of events that seem without precedent. Those first disciples gathered with Jesus in an upper room. We are gathering in ones and twos and groups of 4 and 5. Kids were not in school today, but doing distance learning. Some adults worked from home, while others wonder if and when they will be able to return to jobs. A Holy Week in which we cannot gather in the same room. Yet I truly believe that we are not scattered. I truly believe that we can still gather together in ways that enable community and compassion and faithful living. As we ponder this new commandment to love one another, I'm thinking about some of the many ways that I have seen people engaged in acts of love. People are staying home, and it really is a sign and act of love to try and slow the spread of disease and show concern for those most vulnerable among us. For a country that's sometimes described as being made up of rugged individualists, there is a concern for the common good being exhibited that is noble and faithful. Yet while staying home, people are turning towards their neighbors. Hearts taped to doors along with palm branches last Sunday, creating signs of hope and love and connection and care. People are checking in with their neighbors and bringing groceries, and there are even stories of people sharing supplies of toilet paper. Here at Central, our deacons are on overdrive, making calls and sending emails to people, offering encouragement, providing a listening ear, connecting people with needs with those who can offer resources, praying near and far. This is a somber time, and yet it is a time in which the love of God is so needed to be shared and made effective. It's a final commandment from Jesus, a mandate by which we are to live. So may we continue to love the Lord our God with all our hearts, with all our minds, with all our strength, and with all our hearts, and love one another as we have been loved by God. May it be so. Peace to us all on this night. Amen.